The reason anxious avoidant couples feel so stuck has less to do with love itself and more to do with the hidden mechanics of attachment. On the surface, these relationships look like any other couple struggling to communicate. But underneath, what is really happening is two opposing nervous systems colliding, each trying desperately to protect itself, each convinced it is doing the right thing, and each accidentally triggering the other's deepest wounds. An anxious partner tends to seek closeness as a way of feeling safe. For them, connection regulates fear. Their nervous system calms down when they are physically or emotionally near the one they love. They thrive on communication, reassurance, affection, and signs that they are valued. When they sense distance, even a small delay in response or a shift in tone, their body reacts as if danger is approaching. Anxiety spikes, and they instinctively move toward their partner to restore closeness. The avoidant partner, by contrast, seeks distance as a way of feeling safe. For them, autonomy regulates fear. Their nervous system calms down when they know they can retreat without consequence. When they have time alone to restore balance, when they can rely on themselves rather than risk depending on someone else. They thrive on space, independence, and relationships that feel less demanding. When they sense too much closeness, when their partner presses too hard for reassurance or emotional sharing, their body reacts as if suffocation is approaching. Stress rises, and they instinctively move away to restore space. This is where the trap begins. Each partner's survival strategy is the exact trigger for the other. The anxious partner moves closer, but this very closeness feels threatening to the avoidant, who then withdraws. That withdrawal, in turn, is the very thing that terrifies the anxious partner, who then clings harder. Each partner believes they are doing what they must to feel safe, but each behavior makes the other feel unsafe. And so the cycle repeats, sometimes daily, sometimes hourly, and the relationship becomes defined by a rhythm of protest and retreat. It is important to understand that this pattern is not conscious. An anxious partner does not wake up in the morning and decide to panic if their partner takes too long to reply. An avoidant partner does not plan to shut down emotionally after moments of intimacy. These are automatic, unconscious responses rooted in childhood experiences. For the anxious partner, early caregiving was inconsistent. Sometimes their needs were met, sometimes ignored. That unpredictability taught them to cling tightly whenever love seemed available, because it could vanish at any moment. For the avoidant partner, early caregiving was emotionally distant or rejected. Expressing needs often led to disappointment or criticism, so they learned to shut down those needs altogether, convincing themselves they were safer alone. When these two histories collide in adulthood, the relationship becomes more than just a partnership. It becomes a reenactment of old wounds. The anxious partner is unconsciously trying to heal the childhood fear of abandonment by finding someone who will finally stay. The avoidant partner is unconsciously trying to protect against the childhood fear of engulfment by finding someone who will finally let them breathe. Both are hoping love will rewrite the past. Instead, love ends up replaying it. This is why anxious avoidant couples so often describe feeling trapped. They can see the pattern, they may even be able to name it. The anxious partner says, "I know I'm too needy. I know I should give you space, but I can't help it." The avoidant partner says, "I know I pull away. I know it hurts you, but I feel smothered." Both partners are aware, yet awareness alone does not break the cycle. The nervous system is faster than reason. By the time either partner thinks about what they are doing, the reaction has already happened. The anxious one has already sent the extra text. The avoidant one has already gone silent. What makes the dynamic especially sticky is intermittent reinforcement. Every so often, the cycle breaks, and the couple experiences moments of real connection. The anxious partner receives warmth and feels temporarily secure. The avoidant partner enjoys affection and feels temporarily safe. These brief reprieves act like powerful rewards, convincing both partners that if they just try a little harder, if they just push through a little more, the relationship will finally settle into harmony. But because the deeper wounds have not healed, the cycle always returns. It is this unpredictability, sometimes close, sometimes distant, that makes the bond feel addictive. The anxious partner clings, hoping the good moments will return. The avoidant partner stays, hoping the demands will ease. Neither feels fully satisfied, but neither can fully let go. This cycle has consequences over time. The anxious partner often begins to feel ashamed of their needs. They may tell themselves they are too much, that their emotions are overwhelming, that no one could ever love them the way they desire. The avoidant partner often begins to feel defective in a different way. They may tell themselves they are incapable of love, that they are emotionally broken, that closeness will always feel like suffocation. Both internalize painful beliefs about themselves, and these beliefs keep the cycle alive. The anxious one thinks, I am unworthy, so I must cling. The avoidant one thinks, I am incapable, so I must retreat. Each reinforces the other's story round and round without end. As an expert on avoidant attachment, I can tell you that the avoidant partner often does love deeply, even if it does not look that way on the surface. Their withdrawal is not a lack of care, but a fear of being consumed, of losing the fragile independence that has always kept them safe. Many avoidant individuals long for intimacy, but do not trust it. They fear that if they lean in, they will be disappointed, controlled, or abandoned. So they keep one foot in and one foot out, close enough to enjoy love, distant enough to survive its possible loss. This ambivalence is confusing not only to their partner but to themselves. They often cannot explain why they push away the very thing they desire. On the other hand, the anxious partner's intensity is not irrational, though it may feel overwhelming. Their longing is the natural response of a nervous system wired to associate closeness with survival. To them, a delayed text or a distracted tone is not a minor inconvenience, but a potential threat. Their reaction may look exaggerated, but to their body, it feels necessary. They are not asking for reassurance because they want to control their partner. They are asking because reassurance is the only thing that calms the storm inside. Understanding this is key. Both partners are fighting ghosts. The anxious one is fighting the ghost of abandonment. The avoidant one is fighting the ghost of engulfment. Neither ghost belongs to the present relationship, but both haunt it constantly. Unless these ghosts are recognized for what they are, they will continue to dictate the rhythm of the couple's life. So why do they stay? Why not walk away if it hurts so much? Because beneath the pain there is also hope. The anxious partner sees in the avoidant glimpses of stability they crave. The avoidant sees in the anxious glimpses of warmth they secretly desire. Each holds qualities the other lacks, and together they sense the possibility of wholeness. But wholeness requires security, and security cannot grow in the soil of fear. This is the paradox. The anxious avoidant bond is strong enough to hold two people together through endless conflict, but fragile enough to keep them from ever feeling truly safe. That is why it feels so stuck. They are bound by love, yet bound by fear. They cannot fully merge, but they cannot fully separate. It is a limbo that feels endless. The way forward is not about one partner changing for the other. It is about both partners recognizing the cycle and learning new ways to regulate their fear. The anxious one must learn that their worth is not measured by how often they are reassured. The avoidant one must learn that their autonomy is not lost by allowing closeness. Each must soothe their own nervous system rather than leaning entirely on the other to do it. Only then can love become a place of healing instead of reenactment. In conclusion, anxious avoidant couples feel stuck because they are caught in a cycle where each partner's attempt to find safety threatens the other's sense of security. The anxious one reaches for closeness, the avoidant retreats for space, and both end up confirming each other's worst fears. They stay because the bond is powerful, fueled by both love and intermittent hope. But the stuckness persists because the past is still alive in the present, and until those past wounds are healed, the cycle will not change. Love exists between them, but love alone is not enough. It must be accompanied by awareness, compassion, and the willingness to step out of old survival strategies. Only then can the anxious partner learn that they are safe, and the avoidant partner learn that they are free, even in love.